Hey guys, this is the Otome Warrior, and yes, this will be the third video of the day. My voice is kind of spent from my last video talking about my cosplays for Anime Expo, so if I kind of sound low or not too energetic or something, I guess that's why. Just trying to really conserve my voice. But I felt like I really needed to make this video because it's been 2 weeks, and I meant to make it half a month ago. I just never got around to it because I couldn't find the right words to say. So I really do apologize, especially to you, Jazzy, if you're watching this. But I felt like if I don't make this video now, then it will probably never get made, or it will get made about a month from now, and I don't want that to happen. So just fair warning, you guys, this is going to be an all over the place rambly subject. If you thought my last video was super rambly, you might think this one is even more rambly, because it's kind of hard to gather my thoughts in a nice cookie cutter line, aside from trying to post them on Microsoft Word to look at. I didn't really want to go that route. I kind of just wanted to speak from the heart, and it's been over a minute and I still haven't even gotten into my subject. But if you read the title, you would know what it is. And this is some Anime Expo motivation for you guys that have always wanted to go or recently wanted to go or whatnot, but you just couldn't quite find a motivation to do so. Now, I was looking at some videos a long time ago. I think maybe they were from Cosplay in America. I'm not quite sure. Great YouTuber. You should totally check them out. And it was either them or some other Anime Expo video. And it kind of made me sad to look in the comments, and I will see comments like, "Oh, I wish I could go to something like this. I can never go to something like this. I really do want to go. This looks so cool." And it kind of made me sad, because it's like, yeah, I want you to go. I believe you could have a good time at Anime Expo. Some years might be better than others, but I do think you could have a good time. I know that I've always wanted to go to Anime Expo since I first heard about Anime Expo, which was in 2011. After playing Hatsune Miku, the Project Diva F demo on my PlayStation 3, I kind of did some more research about the game and I figured out they made an appearance at the Anime Expo 2011. And I was just thinking to myself, man, this is so cool. I want to go. This doesn't seem like something I'll ever get to do. Kind of. But I did more research, and it's like, whoa, this is one of the largest, if not the largest convention in North America. Like, heck yeah, I want to go. And I think it was pretty much after that, it was kind of like, yeah, I want to go. So I started saving up for a little bit, but things happened, and I kind of shifted my course on what I needed to save for. So for about 6 years, I wanted to go to Anime Expo, but I was kind of really sad because I didn't think I'd get to go for a long time. But what I want to tell you today is, if you really want to go to Anime Expo, then you should make your dream come true. Now, that's not to say that if I can do it, anyone can do it, because I understand some people have financial issues or financial responsibilities. You might have like medical bills, college bills. You might have kids or whatnot. Maybe you're about to get married. Maybe your car broke down. Maybe you have to get surgery, or like maybe you're in private school. I don't know. I do understand that life happens, and hey, money's tight nowadays, I get it. Or you might have like a physical ailment that prevents you from getting out of the house. I'm not bragging or saying anything like, well, if I can do it, why can't you guys do it? I get it. Everyone has different life circumstances that may prevent them from going for ever or like quite a while. But what I will say that if deep down somewhere like within inside of you, you think, even if it's just a 1% chance, but if you believe that there's a chance you can go to Anime Expo, and you truly believe that, even though the 99% might be saying that you can't, if you have that 1% within you that think you could go one day, and you believe you can go, then you know what? I believe in you too. I believe you can go if you believe you can go. To you, the chances may not look great right now, but like the saying goes, when there's a will, there is a way. Now, granted, you might not be able to go to Anime Expo 2018. It'd be cool if you could go and see me there. No, I'm kidding. Not really. I would like to meet you all. But maybe you can save up to go to Anime Expo 19 or Anime Expo 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on. Hopefully it won't take you that long, but for me it took me 6 years, almost 10 years of my life. So if that's the situation, so be it, What I want to say is your biggest goals or things are to plan early and save your money. Now, I won't go too much into details about these big things or tips, which they should be kind of obvious, but I'll talk about those more in depth in another video. And I'm sorry if I'm not speaking really eloquently, but I do hope my point gets across. But what I would suggest, plan early and save. If you're thinking in your head like, well, I can't go to Anime Expo because that takes place on the West Coast and I live on the East Coast, that's far away. My response to that is, and just do it. Go for it. So what? It's not like you need a passport from, New Jersey to go to California. Find out if you're going to drive or fly or whatnot and, make arrangements accordingly. Or, well, I've just never been to California and I've never been with someone. I wouldn't know how to get there. Now that I could feel you on, because this was my first time going to California, and thankfully I had my sister to help me. But even if she didn't go, I still would have found my way there because I was dedicated to go. I would have looked for a roommate. There is I think it's called cosplay.com. And they have like an Anime Expo section where people are looking for roommates to help cut down on the cost and whatnot. Obviously, you should get to kind of know them through Skype or whatever first before you pursue that. And invite people or stay with someone you have a good vibe or feel kind of comfortable with. Obviously, safety is the number one concern. It's better to not go to Anime Expo 2018 than to go and be with a total creep or someone that could probably do terrible things to you and kill you or something. So yeah, always safety first, but that is something that you can do. I know this was kind of going through my head because I didn't really have anyone down here that I would be willing to go with. I don't really have close friends that are into that type of thing. But that is one thing you can look into. And you say, well, I don't live in the U.S. This was actually one comment that I saw. Like, I live like far away. I'm from like Germany or Switzerland or Africa or I don't know, Europe, but I want to go. Well, I've never traveled out of the U.S., but don't let that stop you. That's just my personal encouragement to you guys. If you don't live in the U.S., find out what you need to do to get that flight or get that boat over here or whatever you got to do. Now, I would recommend going with a person if you can, while you're like about to say the United Statesians, but to Americans, yeah, if you can, I'd recommend kind of going with a person that you trust, or meeting up with a person that you trust. I'd say that's doubly so if you're coming from across, the seas. Again, safety first on that. Well, you say, well, I just don't have the courage to think I can take that step. Well, look, let me ask you something. Why don't you have that courage? Like, what is stopping you from getting that courage? Is it just, I don't know, a time thing? Maybe an inconvenience thing? That's not something I could personally answer for you, since you would have to kind of figure that out on your own. But try not to let those mental blocks be the reason why you don't go. Financial blocks, physical blocks, I can understand. But if it's just a mental block of just being afraid of doing something new and whatnot, well, if you want to do something new, something has to change in your life. You have to take a step forward. You're not going to get different results if you don't try different things. And, some people might say, well, that just seems like a lot of money. Like, I really want to go to Anime Expo. That is my dream. But that just looks like thousands upon thousands of dollars and stuff. And, well, I'm not going to lie. It is expensive. And you really need to budget. This is why I say planning and saving money is a big thing. And really, if you can plan early enough, you should, it'll be easier to get the savings down. Fact. You may not be able to splurge like you want to, but if you do, I'm one of those people. I kind of just want to buy whatever. You could save up for that too, but if you're just going mainly for the experience and just to buy like a trinket or two here, and not like 1,000 body pillows and 100 t-shirts, then yeah, you'd probably save a lot faster doing that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's pretty expensive if you're not blessed to live within 5 minutes from the convention center. Most people don't. People have to fly all over. That's an expense. But like I said, plan early. Look at how much it would cost to go for you personally. Whether you fly or drive or, do a ride share or something. Look at the hotels. You could probably get a better deal maybe if you book like a hotel that's not within the block. Personally, I wouldn't want to do that, but if you're really looking to save money that way, you can. And this is another thing where I believe that when there's a will, there's a way. And I'm not rich. Heck, I looked at my bank account the other day and I'm just thinking, like, I don't have that many digits in my bank account. And like, I owe some money, but I still plan on going and saving. So you gotta do what you gotta do. If you have to bust your butt and do side jobs, do them. You can take surveys online. That could probably net you maybe $10 at least a month. If you know where to look and know what you're doing. And if you're like me and on the computer all the time, like, why not? Like I said, you can get side jobs. You can babysit. You can cut grass. Here's a good one. If you have a car or access to a truck, you can look on like Craigslist or like on like I done said the same thing twice. You can look on Facebook groups that give things away for free, maybe. Now, check the rules with your local Facebook groups, but sometimes people will give stuff away for free, like crates, or you know what, like large TVs that they don't want to haul, or yeah, like gym equipment. They'll give it away for free, and as long as you pick it up, so you can get a truck or something, get a putty, you can get this stuff, you can clean it off, and you can flip it for a profit. You know, you can find your niche, I think that's what it's called, and you can go to like the Goodwill, find stuff for cheap that you or have some knowledge about. Take that, flip it around for a good price if you know what you're looking for. Or if you don't want to go that route, you can just sell your things on Craigslist. Sell your items on the Facebook yard sale groups. That's what I personally recommend for safety. But yeah, I've done both the Facebook yard sale groups, and I've done Craigslist sales when I had to sell things in the past. And you know what? It'll be good to have some space, extra space, and make money. So when you do go to Anime Expo and you want that statue, you can just display it, and it'll probably feel extra special to you. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of ways out there to make money. Trust me, I'm still trying to look them up myself after looking at my bank account. I'm not gonna go into debt for this thing, but I still plan on going and having a good time and splurging and whatnot. Darn, what was I about to say? Give me one moment. I can't remember. But yeah, you can sell your things if you have a lot of time. You can take your friends or family's items to sell the stuff that they don't want, and then have them give you a commission for it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you can do to make money. You might be working at a job. If they offer overtime, and the overtime is worth it in terms of, you know, commuter costs and whatnot, you might want to look into that, even though you hate your job. Now, you might hate your job, you might love it, who knows? Pick up a few extra shifts, because you know what you're doing at your job, most likely. You know, you might have to take a few hours out of your life for it that you'll never be able to get back, but those hours will eventually go towards going to Anime Expo and making, you know, hopefully great memories. So yeah, I would check out, you know, the Penny Hoarder. That's the place I've been looking at to try and get some extra money in. And might want to try Fiverr. Sell your talents on Fiverr for like $5, or actually you get about $4 after, $3 after their cut. But yeah, check that out. I know I said I was going to mention a lot of this in my other video, so I don't want to spend too much time trying to talk about the money thing. But I don't know, let's just say you're disabled, but you're able to like get around. It might be a bit inconvenient. Let's just say you're like in a wheelchair and you want to go. I'd say if you can, go for it. If you can, you know, do the savings and whatnot. I met this lady. She wasn't able to cosplay because of recent health issues there, but she still came from Nevada. And you know, honestly, Anime Expo, they'll take care of you when it comes to being disabled. Like, I got my Premier Pass, paid about over $300 for it, so I can be one of the first people in line. But if you are disabled, you got one of those ADA passes, you'll actually get a line before we will. So it will be behind you, most likely. So it will be like ADA, then Premier, then everyone else, and then not Premier, but the ADA. You can, if you need a helper, they'll be in line too. They won't get forced to be sent to the back. Whew, my voice. Sorry about that. Yeah, buckle up, because this is gonna be a long video. I don't know if I I have like a piece of candy I can suck on. Because I kind of want to be somewhat thorough with this. I don't think it's going to be an hour, but at this rate, we're looking at about 40 minutes. Just looking at the time. So yeah, don't be afraid to go if you're, if you're not concerned about having worsening health conditions going there. Again, that's something you would personally have to figure out whether you feel like you could honestly brave the crowd or not. Like, yeah, that's really something you'd have to decide for yourself. This should help. Vitamin Hall defense drop. Alright, so let's go to a different scenario. Let's say that you're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and you're living under your parents' roof. And you might not have a job or whatnot, or they might not let you go. Maybe they only want you to do that when you're on and out of the house. Now, don't get me wrong. As long as you're under, like, your parents' authority, you should do what they ask you to do. Man, it's hot. But yeah, you should don't go and try to sneak and do things that they don't agree with. If you have to wait till you're 18, well, just think, you're 13, 14, 15, 16 and whatnot. You have a lot of time to plan and to save money. You might not be old enough to get a job in your area, but you can still bust your butt for money. You can have a plan your cosplays or whatnot. You could convince your parents. They might let you go. If you're, like, I don't know, make a bargain with them. Like, just say you do X, Y, and Z or whatnot, or, I don't know, you would know your parents the best. Now, your parents might not let you go alone, and that's understandable. Try to see if you can go with a friend. Or you say, I don't have friends or whatnot. Try, if you have like an older adult brother or sister, maybe see if you can go with them. Like, well, if you say I don't have like a brother or sister that would want to go, or they can't go. I'm really sorry about my voice, y'all. But ask your parents if they'll take a road trip, if they, would want to go. Well, if you say, well, my parents, they work really hard and they're the type, they don't want to go anywhere after getting off of work. They just want to go home, eat, do their thing, sleep. I pretty much have parents like that. Again, like, if you're underage, you can have time to plan this stuff out. Or, you know what, if they would be cool with you going, if you had like a trusted friend or adult, take this time to try to make friends at school. Like, join clubs, they might have an anime club where you are interested in. And you say, I'm a little bit nervous. Well, listen, you want to go to Anime Expo, right? And, if you do the same thing, you're probably going to get the same results. So you got to step out somewhere. Well, if you say, well, I don't have an anime club, I don't have any friends, no one at my school is really like that, well, see what your local events around you have. You might be surprised. Or if you live far away and they don't want to travel that far, see if they'll take you to like a smaller con that's like nearby or in a nearby state. They might be willing to go, and if not, maybe check your local library. That's because they have a lot of free stuff. Now I know at our library they have a lot of stuff geared towards teens and stuff, and I'm just thinking, well, I'm 25. I'm not too far removed from my teenage years. I wish I could do that stuff. I want to play Dragon Ball Z with you all, but yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not going to have investigators knocking on my door. So yeah. But using the library to utilize free and local events, I would check that out in your area, because you might be surprised. So yeah, basically, when there's a will, there's a way. Looks like this video isn't going to be that long after all. You just got to find out your situation and see what works for you. Like I said, it may not be Anime Expo 2018. Could be Anime Expo 20. Anime Expo 22 or 24. Sorry, I got a notification. But yeah, if you want to kind of talk to me more about your situation, I can try my best to help you. But if like I said, if this is coming from, if you really believe you can go deep down somewhere, and you believe that there's a way for you to go, but you might not have the courage to kind of or I guess the confidence to delve into that. If you believe you can go, I believe you can go. That's pretty much the main thing. Again, if you want to comment or leave me a message about your situation, I'll try to see if I can help, or make suggestions. I'm in this with you guys. I want to see as many people go to Anime Expo at least one time in their life, if they really want to, as possible. I want to see as many people go as possible, and hopefully have a great time there. And towards the end of the trip, I was happy that I busted my butt to do what I had to do to save up. Every penny matters, and I'm not just being sentimental. Again, this is kind of getting in another video, but literally, I picked up pennies off the ground to help save towards Anime Expo. And you better believe I used every single penny for Anime Expo. Okay, well, not when I was there, but I definitely used the remainder of my pennies to go towards the VIP pass for this year. So yeah, if at the very least you can start with that, like have a goal and set it, because every penny that you have, that's the easiest thing, one of the easiest things you could probably do. Pick up pennies. Every penny that you pick up is another penny closer to Anime Expo. But again, I'll talk about that in another video. I think I pretty much covered all of the the main points I needed to cover. So let's recap. If you think you could go, I think you can go. When there's a will, there is a way. The obstacles might be giant in your eyes, but if you have that 1% deep down within you that lets you believe that you can honestly do this, whether it be this year or how many other years down here, you might be watching this in November of 2019. Or June of 2021. The message I still believe will probably be relevant to you. So yeah. I don't think there's too much more I can contribute in this video, at least not in the state that I am with my voice right now. So I really hate to end this video right here, because I feel like once I click off that I'll have more to say on the motivational side of things. But you know what, I'll just make like a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you guys surprisingly want to hear me have more motivational talks like this about Anime Expo, or particular topics with Anime Expo and going or saving and whatnot, leave that in the comments too. Message me, and I love making positive response videos, helping out people. So we can break it down like that. That way I won't lose my voice by trying to ramble for another 45 minutes. saying the same things over again. When there's a will, there's a way. If you believe in yourself, I believe in you. If you got that 1%, just do it. So yeah, I think I've said that more than enough for today. So, with that being said, I am sadly going to end this video right here. But if you happen to like this video, or you are a fan of video games / Otome game stuff, or even a fan of drink testing, taste testing, toys reviews, stuff like that, then feel free to check out the rest of my channel. And if you happen to like what you see, then please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I will see you guys in the next video. And just let me know if you let me know in the comments which video you guys want me to make first. You want me to emphasize the how important planning is first, or the saving money is first. So let me know, and then I will work on that video. Might take a couple of weeks, but I'll get it done, or at least I'll try to, barring some calamity. Alright guys, I'm out for real now. Bye.